Hey guys, so this is a kind of video response to a comment that I had gotten. Someone was asking about how how would you go about cropping or cutting something out in Sketchbook, and you can do this with your finger, and I'm pretty sure that I'm sorry if I missed if I didn't say your name correctly. I'm pretty sure if my memory serves me correctly, mind you, I barely got any sleep last night, but I'm pretty sure the comment came from it's toxic waste. I think something close to that. So I'm sorry. I apologize if I got it wrong. But anyway, um, anyway, they asked me how would you go about cropping something out or whatever. So here is a picture of my hand, and now here's the thing. It is a little more difficult to do this with your finger, and I do have the advantage of having the S Pen, which has this really nice point to it, so it's easier to get in there. Anyway, but long story short, I'm just going to jump right into it and show you how it's done. Okay, so here is the eraser that you want to use for when you're cutting stuff. The reason why is because this one's a lot sharper. I've talked about this before. This one is really, it's kind of more softer. So it's good for like blending stuff if you're going to erase. Okay, so then the next thing is, and I'm trying to do this with holding my other tablet. I can't find my tripod right now, so I apologize for the shaky cam. But anyway, so as you can see, I have this little cursor too that comes up here on with my S Pen. So, but anyway, okay, so here we go. So what you want to do first is zoom way in, and also, you can always just make like a little test just to see like how big it is. So you actually might want to scale that down just a little bit, and I'd say the skeleton's about right there. And literally all you do is, this is kind of difficult doing this with while trying to hold the camera, but it's literally, it all comes down to having a steady hand. So as you can see, um, I mean, there's a little few things, little hiccups there that you might want to, that I can go back and correct. But for the most part, this is this is how it's done. Uh, Cropping in general, like, see, look at that, I went way off in this because I can barely see what I'm doing. But cropping in general is usually, it's just a time consuming process. You just have to, take your time. And anyway, but yeah, so you would go around this whole thing and cut it out. So the best advice I can actually offer you is to just try to get as close as you can. And while you're cropping too, go ahead and get rid of some of this excess stuff that you'll see. Um, it's good to go ahead and just kind of get rid of that. And I just cut way into the finger. Anyway, but that's the main idea. I would say go ahead and do that. And yeah, then there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to, once you have your drawing or photo or whatever cropped out, there's a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to do. For instance, like you're going to be able to put this, like this hand right here. Say you had this hand, which is on a layer. Uh, so yeah, so see, it's on a layer over here. So it will be on the layer by itself. But what you can do is then you can put that into something like Photoshop, and then you'll have just a blank, well, this will just be a separate layer, so then you can do stuff. You can use that in another piece of artwork, or if like with me, like the stuff that I usually do, I put into my 3D software, and then that way I can give some of my artwork a three-dimensional background, like with like in 3D space, like it's set the character in like yeah, in a 3D area. So that's the advantage to cropping and stuff. It's just, it takes a lot of time, but it's well worth it once it's done. And the more you do it, the faster it will become. It will become a lot faster. It's just right now I can't possibly do this the whole tutorial for you without having my tripod. So I can't find it. I'm always losing that thing. Anyway, so yeah, so I would just say just go ahead, try and just find something. Just take a picture or something and just practice, just cutting it out. Actually, taking a picture of your hand. Wow, my hand was huge. Taking a picture of your hand and then cutting, like trying to cut that out. You know, like when you were little or whatever, how you always trace your fingers. Just try doing the same thing, but just try cutting it out, and you know you'll get better and better and better at it. Anyway, so I hope that was helpful. And if there's any other questions or any other tutorials that you guys would like me to elaborate on or to even cover, just let me know in the comment section below, and I will be happy to do so. Also, too, the like I said, the fantasy art class is coming really soon, so you guys will see the trailer for that, and that will have the release date for when that is. So be ready for that because we're going to be moving pretty quick with that. So yeah, so and if you're new to my channel, I am always doing a lot of well, I'm always doing art, but I'm always trying to do a lot of tutorials. And the main app I usually use is Sketchbook Pro, um, just because it has a really easy interface for, especially if you're when you're teaching other people how to use it. It's pretty straightforward. So, so yes, if you feel like you want to be part of that, then go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. All right.